This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Hello and welcome. I'm Sanjay Pinto. Kanimuri Karunanidhi will have to stay in jail for at least a few more weeks. She hasn't been third time lucky. The Supreme Court today shot down her bail plea. This was despite an impassioned argument by her lawyer that she's a victim of the system and that the court could release her on any condition, even installing a CCTV camera in her residence if its apprehension is that she would tamper with evidence. But behind those bars in Tihar jail, there's a window of hope for Kanimuri. The top court slammed the trial judge, saying the ground for his rejection of the section 437 of the CRPC, that's a criminal procedure code, a provision that's a concession for women and elderly people, was untenable. Now, after the Kanchi Shankaracharya bail appeals many years ago, this is perhaps the most keenly watched bail hearing in the country. So the big question tonight, why is bail so difficult for Kanimuri? Why is it eluding her? Joining us on the show tonight is a senior criminal lawyer, K.S. Dinakaran, who has been actually representing the Kanchi Shankaracharyas in that murder case. Sudha Rambalingam, advocate and national secretary of the PUCL. And my colleague in Delhi, Neha Khanna, who has been closely tracking the Kanimuri case in various courts. Now that debate comes up in exactly 2 minutes after the headlines with Ashmit Kumar. Ashmit?
Well, thanks a lot, Sanjay. Let's move ahead and take a look at the top stories at this hour. After a month in jail, Kanimuri's bail plea is rejected. Some hope, though, as Supreme Court says she can reapply in lower courts.
If there is any crisis, our leader will always rise to the occasion. And the same blood is there in her. And she will always rise to the occasion. There's no question about it.
A day after Father's Day, Karunanidhi books ticket to Delhi to see his favourite daughter Kanimuri. Will Congress offer the bomb? Temporary relief for Chennaites, 4-hour-long park carts put on hold, but TNEB warns the shocking outages may not be history yet. Amma launches her vote of thanks to the electorate in Sri Rangam with a 200 crore rupee growth package. Counselling for engineering aspirants from general quota to begin on July 8th, separate dates announced for other quotas. Gokula Indira Shaw's Ananagar of Complete Focus says that there will be no disappearing act.
So every day I am receiving the representation, petitions and their necessary, what they need.
And in a cricket crazy nation, here's one tribute to the sport that will make you say, how's that? Man converts his house into a museum. Well, time now to take a look at developments coming in from across the nation. Differences remain, both sides say after the Lokpal panel meet. Another session tomorrow. In Kerala, a shocking case of sexual abuse for a minor in Kochi, allegedly by her own father and 100 others. Mayawati has lost the moral authority to stay in office. The Congress hits out at the 4 cases of alleged rape in UP. The crew of the MV Suez, including 6 Indian sailors, expected in Karachi by Wednesday. A Pakistani ship has them on board. And a bouncy pitch and injury worries for India's already depleted test team for the first match against the Windies this evening. Well, first up in our top story today, Kanimuri, the daughter of DMK patriarch Karunanidhi and a DMK MP, suffered a big blow at the hands of the Supreme Court. And in the latest, the troubled father Karunanidhi is expected to fly to Delhi tomorrow to visit his daughter. Now, earlier in the day, despite tugs at the emotional cords of the jury by Kanimuri's lawyers, the Apex Court dismissed her bail plea. The only silver lining for the DMK's first family was the concession that she will be allowed to file for a bail with the trial court. Now, the court noted that using section 437 of the CRPC, Kanimuri could claim leniency as she is a woman. Earlier, the lawyers tried to play the mother-child card, claiming that she was a victim of the system. They also claimed that she had nothing to do with the scam and the functioning of Kalanya TV. Now, her bail pleas have earlier been rejected by the Special Trial Court and the Delhi High Court. Now, the DMK MP Vasanthi Standy also reacted to these developments. She maintained that the leaders will face the issues bravely.
Before law, it's not a question of women or men. All are equal before law. But for her, I can say she is the daughter of our leader, Supremo Kalaignar Karunanidhi, and whatever may be the case, if any, this I have told you already, if there is any crisis, our leader will always rise to the occasion, and the same blood is there in her, and she will always rise to the occasion. There is no question about it. But being separated from her family, and especially her small son, that would be there in her heart. But I will tell, she faces this very courageously. She is in good spirit, and whenever we are in tears, whenever we are lamenting on the course of action, what's going on and all these things, she is there first to encourage us, to console us.
These developments, it's time now to raise the big question with our executive editor, Sanjay Pinto.
Thank you very much, Ashwin. Now it's over to my colleague Neha Khanna, who's been tracking every little twist and turn in this Kanimuri saga at the various courts, from the trial court to the High Court and the Supreme Court. Neha, thank you very much for joining us here at NDTV Hindu on this big story tonight, despite having a very, very hectic schedule today. Neha, now there have been conflicting signals as far as Kanimuri is concerned from the various courts. Even in the Supreme Court, you had the two judges choosing to recuse themselves from the hearing of this case. Justice Singhvi then sitting on the bench there. Initially, of course, the Supreme Court had wondered as to why they are still keeping Kanimuri under arrest when they could actually release her on bail. At least this was, they were thinking aloud in the court, we are told, and could call her, summon her for interrogation whenever required. And now again, Supreme Court saying that she could give it another shot, but only after the framing of charges. Take us through the people who were present in the court. What was the mood like in the court, Neha, and how long is it going to take for the charges to be framed for Kanimuri to make that yet another attempt at bail?
Well, Sanjay, one thing that cannot be doubted is that this order of the Supreme Court comes as a huge setback to Kanimuri and her legal team, because once she had been denied bail by the trial court and the High Court, she and her lawyers had pinned all their hopes on the Supreme Court. I mean, this is, after all, the apex court of the country. This was in many ways her last and only hope. With the court dismissing her bail plea, it really has been a very, very big blow. But as you said, the court has at the same time made a concession. And we therefore need to look at it in two parts. The court has given her the liberty to go back to the trial court seeking bail. So at least now we know that Kanimuri has that option of going back to the trial court and saying, the Supreme Court asked me to come here and please consider my bail plea. The second important thing, Sanjay, is that in the course of the arguments, the senior judge heading this bench, Justice Singhvi, actually made a very interesting observation. He said the reason cited by the trial court for rejecting the section 437 of the CRPC argument that had been advanced by the defense is totally untenable. Now, what does this section say? Section 437 of the Criminal Procedure Code essentially says that leniency should be shown towards women, children and the elderly where matters of bail are concerned. Now, we know that Kanimuri's lawyers had repeatedly invoked this provision, first in the trial court and then the High Court, but it did not work. The trial court and the High Court both rejecting this particular argument made by her lawyers. Today, the Supreme Court, in a sense, found fault with that and gave her the liberty to go back to the trial court invoking this very provision. So that does give Kanimuri and her legal team some hope, but remember that there's a condition attached to this, which is that she cannot apply for bail again till charges are formally framed against all the accused in the 2G scam. And that is really the catch here, because it, we've spoken to a lot of lawyers and CBI sources who say that it could take a very long time, several weeks to even a few months for that to happen, because we know that two charge sheets have already been filed by the CBI in this case. The third one is expected to be filed in early July, but till the investigating agency says that it has concluded its investigation, that it has found all that there was to be unearthed and that the trial can formally begin, it's only at that stage that charges will be framed against the accused, and it's only then that Kanimuri can apply for bail, and that could be several weeks, even a few months.